Right, hi guys, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another podcast. Really special guest joining us today on the Health, Wealth and Happiness podcast. He's a current client of ours in our second business. He's a seriously great coach, seriously great athlete, and a great leader, and he's achieving some amazing things. So that's why we wanted to get him on, get his revelations, and hopefully he gives you some inspiration on this podcast today. It's Gaz Burton. Gaz, how you doing, man? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good, dude. Thank you very, very much for having me on the podcast. Very excited to jump on and have a good chat.
For people listening in, obviously Gaz is all the way over in Australia, but helps clients all over the world and what he does, but mainly Australia. But Gaz, tell us a little bit more about you. For those who are listening in right now, okay, where are you from? What do you do? Tell us about Gaz. Tell us about you.
Yeah, right. So pretty much as James said, I'm currently based in Australia on the west coast in a place called Perth. It's getting pretty well known due to mining, which I'll probably touch base on in a bit. I moved over here back in 2010, finished up college, decided that I wanted to go travelling, and next minute, about 15, 16 years later, I'm still here, haven't left. So, been a journey and a half since getting here. When I first came over, fitness, gym, life wasn't a thing. I was your typical Irish. We went drinking on a Friday, we came home on a Monday. And that's pretty much how my life evolved. Until I kind of got a bit older, got a bit wiser, started then working in the mining industry. And for people who don't know what it is, basically Western Australia is run on basically the mines up on the northern west, basically in the middle of the Pilbara Desert. What we do, or what the majority of people who live here do, is we fly up and down to work, service the mines, work in the mines, and we work on what we call swing bases. So FIFO is what we call it, so it basically stands for fly in, fly out. You go up for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depending on what you're doing, and then you come back down, have your break back in Perth, and then just rinse and repeat the cycle. So I kind of drifted into that, and with that came a lot of problems in terms of just struggling with my mental health. When you have a lot of money, you spend a lot of money. When you're single, you spend even more money. And basically just a lot of negative things came from mining that kind of just drew me away from who I knew I was, and I really just started to struggle. So eventually I was like, right, I need to make a decision in my life. I was drinking way too much, I was doing things I shouldn't be doing, I just wasn't looking after myself, and I was in a pretty bad spiral, out of control. I had a 30th birthday where I went nuts for 5 weeks, and it was probably the biggest wake-up call I've ever had, because I knew at that stage I needed to change my life, and that's where I kind of decided that I moved into the gym. I like the gym. It's time to accelerate this and get into it full time. So, it's been a journey.
Yeah. So obviously the whole background with the FIFO side of things, and we'll get onto this because it's obviously a huge niche that you help in your online health and fitness business, but also you also do have two other sort of subdivisions that you help with, is actually the prep athletes and also essentially just peak performing busy professionals, right? Tell us a little bit more about, obviously, because you're massive into your bodybuilding, you're competing at the end of the year. Tell us more about that, because that's a huge part of what you do, isn't it?
Yes, so I moved from basically alcohol into bodybuilding. So I just took one addiction to the next addiction, and it just developed. I found who I was in the gym, and that really, really hit home with me. I had been going there, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I was drinking, training, getting nowhere, and then I just ramped up my gym life. Pretty much gave up alcohol, totally, pretty much sober for 5-6 years now.
What was that switch though for you? Because there's a moment, right, that you've shifted gears and you go, fuck this, I'm going all in now, I'm taking control. What was the switch? What was the moment? What was the thing that said, you know, I'm doing this properly now?
I had an episode one evening over in Perth where I'd been on a session, and it was kind of the breaking point where I remember ringing my mother back in Ireland, and I was literally ready to kind of call it quits on life. It was like, right, I'm out of here. I'm nothing more that I wanted to do was to get away from everything.
Yeah.
And then when I had that conversation, I literally sat down with myself the next day and I said, right, you have a choice now. You either get your shit together or just that's it. So it kind of switched from that. I just decided that you know what, I deserve better in my life. people around me deserve better. They don't deserve the piss head that I was.
Yeah.
And I kind of just decided that bodybuilding, well, no, at the time bodybuilding wasn't. It's just something that grew from the love of the gym.
Gotcha.
It just developed over time. The more I did it, the more I enjoyed it. The confidence that I had grew massively. Always struggled with my confidence. I struggled with a speech impediment most of my life. So that really dampened my confidence. And then when I just got to the gym and when I just started looking after myself, when I started seeing changes in the mirror, when I started seeing people started to notice changing, clothes fitting better, it was like, I love this. So that was like the spark that just hasn't went out.
We've known each other for a while now, and that's the first time I've heard that story that you shared, and I really appreciate you sharing that with me. But I also know that you're so strong here, and the leader you are today is because you failed forward, and we use those moments of adversity that you went through to your gain and your advantage, and now you're unstoppable. You're that guy. You know, you're building such a great team in your company, and I think the most successful people we see have gone through hardship. They've gone through really, really tough times, but they've grown into the resistance, and you found a way. And you didn't run away from it, you leant into it, and you've created what you've done here. So massive respect for you. And hopefully this inspires people that it's not a linear curve. It's never going to be like this. There is going to be like this, and then you redesign yourself, reinvent yourself, move forward like you're doing here, which is testament to you and the willpower drive that you've got here. So yeah, really, really impressive stuff and showing that. I guess obviously all of this is sort of evolved now, and you pulled it all together into now what you've created now with your online company, the retreats you do, the prep athletes you do, also the FIFO stuff you do. Tell us more about ultimately the vision and passion that you've got moving forward and what that looks like. Obviously you're growing really rapidly right now. What does this all look like for you?
For me, at the moment, my main focus, as much as I love bodybuilding and I love comp prep and I love photo shoot prep and I love just helping people build muscle, I'm fully fledged on trying to change the mind of this industry one person at a time. Mainly due to the fact that I have experience of that. Like, if you know the industry, if anyone here lives in Australia, it's probably one of the highest suicide rates because of how isolated it is up there. 99 is probably about right, but majority of men up there are struggling. They don't know what to do, they're lost, they're drinking pretty much every night of the week because what else do you do? That's the norm, as they call it. You do your 12-13 hours, you sit in the wet mess, drink a couple of beers, you go back to your room, you ring your missus, you probably end up fighting with your missus, and then this vicious cycle keeps continuing on. So my goal is at the moment is just to get in there and just change people, and that's not life, and change the belief that they have that this is the only option that they do have. It's no, we can do things better, we can improve your life, and it starts with looking after yourself.
I think the powerful thing of this is obviously you've gone through that exposure yourself. You used to be that person, you've lived that life, and that's why you market to these individuals. They trust you because you're talking their language, you're talking their jargon. You understand their pain points, and that's such a massive thing. And I think, you know, in all the time of coaching so many people, I've never seen someone who targets FIFO guys. You're on your own there. You've got your own little game there, which is fantastic. Testament to why you become so successful in your online business. But like you said, that you understand their pain points, and also you've got the solutions to solve those pain problems. Being that great problem finder, problem solver, which is amazing. And obviously you keep reinventing yourself, your service, to create this, as you say, one by one, not mass model, very bespoke, intimate service you create, from what I know it as anyway. And that's the reason why you get the caliber of results that you do. And if you haven't seen the quality of results that Gaz does, go onto his social medias, go onto his Instagram, go check him out. Phenomenal coach. Obviously you've come from us where you've started. I think we're approaching now close to 100 grand in sales of people who have come to you and trusted you to get the job done. How has that made you feel?
It's a weird feeling. Like, I've been doing this now since 5 years, so I gave up mine in basically 2 months before COVID hit and the world locked down. So I became a personal trainer as soon as the gyms closed. So it was a sink or swim moment. So coming from being maxed out 30 grand in credit cards, trying to just survive because I was broke, because I know I couldn't have a gym to beat in, so I was up shit's creek without a paddle, to where I am now, it's just a surreal moment to not only be helping who I help, my ideal people, but to be actually making a living and doing what I love in the process. It's just every morning I get up, I'm just like, this is nuts. Like, it's just people talk about falling in love with your job and not working or not, but I honestly, hand on heart, love my job, and to get paid for what I do and have a successful business in the meantime, it's such a surreal feeling.
You're constantly working on your baby, aren't you? That's the reality. Is you never feel like you're working. I felt like the same when I run 9 different companies, and I just don't feel ever I'm working. I'm just doing what I'm passionate about and changing people's lives. So, yeah, absolutely, I totally resonate with what you're saying there. I guess obviously, look, you've come through. You're doing so well in your business right now. You're having revelations all the time. You're actually building a team inside your business right now, which is a great team as well. There's other online coaches in this market space who look at you and go, you know what, he's doing a bit all right. What's he doing? How's he doing it? I need to understand what's going on in his head. What top 3 tips, revelations, or advice would you have for these people who are sitting on the fence, or seeing someone like you right now, Gaz, and go, I want to be like Gaz in his business? What would you say to those people?
Don't believe the hype. I think people have this skewed vision of what online coaching is.
Yep.
And as I'm not downplaying, it's a glorified desk job. Like, and it can be quite an isolating one as well, because I coach on my own, I live on my own. My team member lives in Melbourne, the far side of the country. Yes, we chat, but for 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, I sit here, I work. My girlfriend is an air hostess, she works for Virgin, so she's away most of the day as well. So you have to accept that you're going to spend a lot of time on your own. So that's probably number 1. The cocktails and the beach life that the top 1% of people do is a very small percentage of people. And they probably have a massive team behind them actually doing the work, and they're not actually the face, they're just the face of a company or a well-built company. So that's one of mine, is set your expectations, that it's a long, hard road. There's a lot of people out there giving 6 figures in 6 weeks. It's the equivalent of someone looking at a 6-pack in 6 weeks. Like, if someone came to you saying, I want to get shredded in 6 weeks, and they're massively overweight, you go, mate, come on, let's have a conversation. You're not going to build a business overnight and be successful unless you're just extremely lucky or have a massive following that you can monetize. So I think that is setting your expectation and realizing that you're going to get what you put into it. You need to show up every single day. As hard as it is from working at home, I get up every day like it's a normal job. I put on a pair of jeans, I put on my IP t-shirt. It's an office job. I don't sit in shorts and t-shirts doing what I need to do, because I need to treat it as it's a proper job. As much as I want to live the life, it's a job. And I have stuff to say. So I think understanding that it's a business and not a hobby, I think is probably the best thing. And then after that is just invest in people, especially at the start, because I don't know if personal training courses have changed, but when I did mine years ago, it was an online thing, and you just got thrown away. And okay, well, you don't get taught how to run a business. Yeah. I had a notion of what I was doing. You just kind of winging it and hoping that something works. Sometimes it may, sometimes it not, but it's something that you're gonna have to invest in people, pay for people, look at people who are where you want to be at in life, and do all you can to get in front of them, learn from them, pick up as much tips as you can, pay for courses, invest in it, because if you invest in someone, you will, and do the work, you will get the return back on it. And like, I'm not everybody who puts the work in gets the return. Like, it's a fail-safe thing.
I think that's a big thing for you. I think, like you're saying there, the final point is all that's fantastic, spot on, but you can have all the best systems in the world. If you don't have the skill sets to match it and you don't implement, you're never going to get there. And like, that's what Gaz is saying there, that's what Gaz is very good at. He just gets the shit done. He gets the boxes ticked off every day. And now also his team do. And now ultimately his team are an extension of him. And that's how you build culture, that's how you build a movement, that's how you build this empire moving forward. It's understanding that and playing the game very well, which you're doing, and I really appreciate the advice that you're showing there. Absolutely. I like the first one. Hey, look, you're going to have to work for this. This isn't a given. It's not a guarantee. 100%. Love that message. Massively so. Great stuff. I guess final here, just to sort of wrap up here. Where are you going here now? What's your vision? What's the bigger thing? Where is IP going here? What is that?
It's gone as big as we can push it. At the moment, we're building a name in the mining industry. So I want to anybody that even mentions the word fitness, I want everybody there to know that Impact is the place to go, and we will take care of you. That's my vision. On top of that, we're building a massive team in terms of lifestyle clients as well. I've changed my perspective massively, bringing on the lifestyle coach who's opened up my eyes so much into just the power of being fit and healthy, because I was so focused on mining and bodybuilding that I lost track of just how good it is just for people to feel fit and healthy.
100%.
So we want to build a massive household name that we're the people you go to, we're a brand we trust, we give a high quality service, we deliver on our promises, and at the end of the result, you don't only get results, you get fully educated on everything you need to know.
I think that's the thing as well, like you shared the other day, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where you're like, you got people coming to you now who aren't clients, who are saying thank you. Like, thank you for what you're doing, how the education you're putting out there, the resources you're putting out there to the community, and leading with that reputation, fulfillment, that inner, you're going to get paid a lot just for being good at what you do. That's the reality, and that's what you've done very well. So yeah, lots of positive stuff here, really good stuff. Really excited to see you keep smashing this and moving forward. But everyone that's listening in right now, if you've got any questions for Gaz, I would ask them in the comment section down below, or reach out. He's a great coach, great leader. All these people that you see on these podcasts, try and learn from them, try and mimic them. They're succeeding, they're winning. But finally, Gaz, where can all these individuals find you, discover you, learn more about you, your business, what you do? Where can they find you?
So mainly we're pretty much across all social medias in terms of Impact Physiques. So across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok and YouTube. My personal page is Gaz_Impact Physiques. So either the company page or my personal page. Click me DM if you have any questions, and I'm more than happy to help where I can.
Good stuff, guys. And guys, he's got a prep competition at the end of the year, right? Guys, end of the year?
Yeah, so Vietnam first week in November, Thailand last week in November.
Gonna get his pro card, right?
Yeah. That's the goal.
It's happening. Right, guys, that's been the podcast. We will see you in the next one. Any questions for us, let us know. Hopefully you found that really insightful and enjoyable. Seriously impressed with Gaz. We'll see you in the next one. See you later. Cheers.
Cheers.